Hello, the weekly wrap-up is going to look a little differently today. I'm actually working from home. It is our first snowfall of the season, and I can't believe that we got the cats into Catio Town before the first snowfall. That's amazing. So with this week's weekly wrap-up, I first have to say how excited I am about Catio Town. It surpassed even my wildest dreams, and it was so wonderful that the media covered it in so many aspects. That was just really, really special, and everybody that's seen it from the outside world has been just in awe, and that just makes us feel really good. And I think what's most important is that the cats are really, really enjoying it as well. So that's pretty awesome. I want to talk a little bit about it. As of yesterday afternoon, every one of the hybrids that's going to live in Catio Town has moved into Catio Town. And a huge round of applause to our caretakers who got every cat to move in, even the shyest cats that do not like to crate. They spent months crate training them. They had to use a live trap on one or two, but that was very non-stressful because they had put the trap in there for a couple days, and that's usually Monica and Phoebe, and put food in there, and they were sleeping in there because it was propped open. It wasn't shutting. And so the patience that the staff had to really train and move the cats in. And of course, it's a really different space for these guys. But as you know, most of our hybrids that came to us for former pets, so they were living in a home environment. Often, like Beck, the new hybrid, was confined to a room or basement because of bad behavior that was not wanted. But I have some really good news on Beck. So Beck, if you remember, came to us as kind of a Chaussee Bob, which was supposed to be a Jungle Cat Pixie Bob mix, but he looks much more like a Chaussee Savannah mix. He's kind of a Savannah on steroids, I like to say. And you haven't seen a lot of him because he's kind of been in his bungalow that was divided in half, getting to know the other cats in his area. And instead of doing a play date in the old area, we thought it would be best to wait till it was a neutral area. And so they all moved in yesterday. And on the observations last night, it was put in that Beck and Rachel were sleeping together, hiding in one of the cubes in the sky room. So how wonderful that he seems to be. Yes, they're a little intimidated by the new space, but they are not intimidated by each other. And it's been great because the cats that are really, really shy, like Riku, we knew it would take him longer to come out of his shell, but it only took about 48 hours. And he'll still hide a little bit, but if you go in and pet him, he comes out right away and is excited. So you can imagine there's a lot of new smells, paint smells, things like that. It's a big building, so a little bit of echoing. They can see across the hall from each other. So very different environment, but they've all seemed to be really enjoying it. On top of that, the staff is working a lot on getting the catios complete. So this winter, we're still going to do all the skywalks, furniture. They'll have some outdoor dens with bedding or approved kind of canvas beds for the outside dens. Our goal is we don't want them sleeping in the outside dens. We want them sleeping in their indoor suites. And so that will be awesome. Now, in the summer, they are going to be getting more natural elements, and that includes some waterfalls, and it's on our Amazon wish list right now, and some catgrass bed boxes and planters. So definitely check out our Amazon wish list and help us get all those in stock this winter so we can really bring them right out in the springtime. And there's going to be some cat grass and other things on there. We'll also have an exterior play yard, which they can rotate out into a grassy area. But if you think of it, think of our cats at home. What's the biggest thing we say is, you want to keep your cats indoors. It's dangerous to them outdoors unless you have a catio and things like that. So this isn't going to be sad at all for them not to have the grassy areas. This is a huge win, meaning they have more space and will get so much more attention and stimulation 365 days out of the year. Just like today, we have snow coming down. Those cats would all have been in their indoor bungalows. And so now they actually get that bright, sunny room. When the caretakers go in, I can't tell you how much more people they're seeing because people want to be in Catio Town. When you go in, you get to see all the cats at once. It's just a really, really, really joyous place, and that was our goal. And we're hoping that it's going to actually bring more awareness to the small cat crisis. We want to put webcams and things in there. We just, again, this is a process, and our goal was to get the cats into the warm heat before winter. And now the staff, not only are they working on the catios, which we hope all the cats will have access within the next week, they are working on those bungalows and yards that were still left, because people have asked, are the Asian leopard cats moving into Catio Town? No, they're really shy. This would be really hard on them to move into Catio Town with all that. So they are staying in their bungalow areas, in their yards, and they have really accommodated the indoor space for them. And we are actually revamping some of the empty bungalows, like it was bungalow 6 and 7, but it'll be now bungalow 11 and 12, we're calling it. And we're doing new buildings, redoing furniture, putting in better drainage, and then those are going to be Asian leopard cat areas. So that will be awesome. So they'll still stay in their current area, but there will be an expansion, and that if cats need to move to bigger spaces, things like that. So I don't know, somebody said before winter. I don't know what that means. I think you're laughing, Kathy, on that, that yes, winter got here. The other thing that's supposed to be happening, and we had to postpone, that was supposed to be happening tomorrow, is 2 Cats Meow pavilions. And so these are big pavilions for our volunteers and caretakers. They're going to be up front at the sanctuary, that in the spring we'll be able to put like a little campfire around, seating area, landscape. There'll be areas for our volunteers to eat, a little sink, some shades, some heat, things like that. And that's now been postponed till next week. So the pavilions will be moving in next week behind the Animal Care Center, but we won't be doing any of the landscaping or the detail work till spring. Another thing that really happened here was the old Hogan. That was an old trailer, mobile home, that Alyssa will tell you remembers that 6 interns lived in at a time, at one time. And it was next to the Animal Care Center. And then over the last few months, it's been home to Lupita, Tiger, Max, and Tigger. And so just a small area waiting for Catio Town to be built. And so we put little catios on that trailer. But it is an older mobile home. We definitely didn't want to keep it on the property anymore. And so that went away this week too. So a lot has been happening on site. The staff are getting ready for winter because it came today. So Halloween does have snow. I'm looking outside. And it has been crazy what we're going to try and get done before the snow stays. Hopefully the snow is going to melt. So going on right now too is I'm working on sending out, if you're a founding member of Catio Town, I'm working on sending out photos of your donor signs and your rooms and your suites, hopefully getting that all done in the next 2 days. Could not have done this project without the founding members who really spearheaded this project, and then the rest of you that came together to sponsor a square foot and things like that to kind of put the finishing touches on it. So much have of you bought off the wish list to furnish those rooms. That's super awesome. And then we had some corporate help too. Colonial Tops helped us with all the colored countertops. That was great, and they did it in record time. The Furniture donated 5 cat condos, and then Square Paws is somebody who we contracted to help with those really cool, unique items for each room, like the skyscraper that Harley has, or the Purby Dream House. So, I mean, they helped us really with quite a few of those massive pieces and did such a great job giving us a direction and everything so our team could install it. And the cats are really enjoying it. So what's ahead? Well, we have Give to the Max Day. Can you believe that's already here? Give to the Max, where your donations are doubled. Early giving begins November 1st on our website and on social media. But it is late this year. Give to the Max Day is November 21st. And that's always the big day that everybody watches all the live posts. And we have special things really set up for you guys. So we'll be, of course, promoting that. You'll know when that starts and everything else. And then I will be, and Olivia will be going to the PAWS, the International Captive Wildlife Conference, and I'll be part of a panel really sharing about the small cat crisis. So one thing I cannot thank you all enough, I can't thank Judson and Olivia enough, is we really set out this year to really bring the small cat crisis to life. And we had started doing it last year. And it was really because obviously the big cats was a public safety and humane issue and was really the focus. And so after the Big Cat Public Safety Act passed, which we're so grateful for, we really wanted to bring to light the small cat crisis, since we are one of a few sanctuaries that really put a spotlight on that. And it's not only the hybrids like Catio Town is catering to, but it's the the bobcats, the lynx, the caracals, and we're so grateful with the work that the social media team has done on bringing awareness through social media and all of you sharing that. Every sanctuary, every international group, all of you are using the term small cat crisis and educating about the overpopulation. You can just swipe through TikTok, like Judson said on his most media interview, and you see servals and Bengals everywhere, so that you're out there explaining that that is a snapshot in time, and that most of the time these relationships with these cats don't work out as intended, and that they need a place to go. You've really helped spread the message of the captive wildlife crisis. Thank you so much. And I had another sanctuary person reach out to me and said, I really, really thank you for bringing this to light and bringing this to the forefront, because they do wolf dog rescues all the time. And they said the wolf dog hybrids kind of are the same thing. Is a lot of zoos don't address them. A lot of sanctuaries can't address them. And rescue groups like shelters won't take them in and adopt them out. So they're kind of stuck between these two worlds. So that is, sad for the wolf hybrids, but hopefully they have a campaign that everybody can spread the word like we have with the small cat crisis. And our job is, we knew in the short term it would raise awareness and we'd be asked to help more often. That has happened. The numbers have increased, not decreased, but we're at the front of that wave. We're at the educational wave. And then the more we can educate, we will see the drop in wildcats and hybrids as pets. And then we also will need some legislation, but that's going to come after the education. So thank you guys so much for being a part of that. And so tomorrow I'll be back at the sanctuary. We've got a lot going on there. We've had vet days too, our wellness exams and other exams. We've had some other cat mergers that we'll be sharing in the near future. I know the sponsors of the cats that moved into Catio Town, they are working on sending you pictures of your sponsor cats in their new rooms. And so be patient. There's been a lot going on, but we definitely want to share each moment with you, and we'll continue to bring you photos and videos from Catio Town. Like I said, it's just a wonderful place, and it's something that somebody asked me, how long you've been thinking about this? And I knew we wanted to do something. I didn't know it was Catio Town. I didn't know it was the themes. But when we brought it to fruition a little over a year ago, it was more of, could we raise the money? And what I was so just humbled by is that our supporters, thought these small cats needed just as much great living space as the big cats do. And so that so many people stepped up to help the small cats. It's just really, really meaningful, and means a lot to me. And then I had a caretaker come back to visit, and he said, I can't believe, I'm working at zoos now, and how long it takes to even get a platform put in an enclosure or something new. And he's like, you had said you wanted to do this a year ago, and now I'm back in a year, and it's already here. It's just incredible, and that's because of all of you. You guys really made that happen. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I can't wait right now. Gina and Katie and the board and I are putting together our business plan for next year. And there's can't wait to share with you what our plans are for next year and what our plans are for the future, because we still have some big news before year end to share with all of you. And so I can't wait to share that with you and go where TWS continues to grow and continues to help more animals and save lives and be a sanctuary, not only just to the animals, but the people and our supporters. You guys are all special to us, and I can't wait for what the future holds. So I hope you have a great Halloween. Be safe out there. If you guys have costumes, always post them, even if your pets have costumes. We love to see that. I love seeing the happy, joyous things in the world because, you know, life can be hard. Rescue work is hard, and then you layer on that the world at large. And so right now, I think it's just important we see where we're all united and really how we can spread joy to each other. Somebody quickly is asking how Lucy's doing. Lucy is good. We're hoping that she moves to her front yard tomorrow because of the weather, and she's been a little stickler for spending a lot of time inside. We put Winona in a bedroom and kept her in overnight since Winona is fine being inside, and gave Lucy access to 2 habitats that had 2 platforms with a bunch of straw covered under it, a heated den, and access to a bedroom so that she could choose where she wanted to go during the first snowfall. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll have time to kind of shift Winona back out and move Lucy to the front. But she's doing well. To be honest, that front elbow arthritis is a lot worse than we had anticipated. We saw x-rays a few weeks before she came to the sanctuary, and our vet said that's a really bad elbow. And so we have pain management, but we cannot reverse the damage of that elbow. So she's going to always have a severe limp. The more she walks around, actually it gets better from when she's been laying down. But the hard thing with these cats have that extreme arthritis, we're looking at hopefully giving her Silencia and some other alternative treatments. But what's done is done, and we're going to make her as comfortable and as happy as long as she's up walking around and doing things. Thank you guys again for all your support. Stay tuned to next week and the following weeks while we share more really exciting news with you. And this week, let's just toast and congratulate ourselves and making Catio Town a reality.